Hi everybody, this is Mrs. King. We're going to be doing an art lesson today based on the story, The Dot. If you haven't watched the video yet, please watch the video before you do the art lesson, and you'll find the video attached under this lesson. Here's what you need to do the lesson. You need a piece of scrap paper. You need some markers, a pencil, a piece of art paper. Now this paper is 12 inches by 12 inches. If you don't have paper this big, it's okay to use a piece of copy paper. It's just not going to have as much room on it. And I also need a coffee filter. This is what a coffee filter looks like. Let me move this stuff out of the way. This is what a coffee filter looks like. It's something that you put in a coffee machine to make your coffee. I bet your parents might have one of these. It's made out of paper. You're going to take the coffee filter and you're going to smash it down flat and smooth it out like this. And you can really press it down. Now I have one that I used an iron on it, and I ironed it to make it really flat. You could even do that too. So you're going to take your coffee filter and you're going to put it on top of the scrap paper. This is just paper that I don't really need, but the reason we're going to use it is this kind of paper is really thin, and when I color on here, it's going to go through. So I don't want it to go through on the table. I'm going to make it go onto the scrap paper. Then you're going to take your markers and you're going to start coloring this coffee filter. And you can color it any way you want to. You can make it like a rainbow. You can make it like slices of pie. I'm going to divide this one into sections. So just for something to do a little differently. So you can divide it up into sections. And you can color it in different sections. You can just color designs all over the place. Really, there's not a wrong way to do it. But you're going to take your markers and you're going to color the whole coffee filter, or as much of it as you can. Now, it's okay if you have a little bit of white left over. That won't hurt anything. But you're going to color all of it. So on this one, I was using an orange here for this piece of pie. And I could change my colors and use another color next to that. And you would go around and you would keep coloring until you colored the whole coffee filter. Now, I already have a coffee filter that I already colored, so let me move this. So you keep going until this is finished. Now, here's one that I already colored. Looks like this. I colored it a little differently. I colored it with all the different colors in circles. You can color yours any way you want to. Now, remember I said it goes through, look. It went through to the paper underneath. That's why we use scrap paper, so that doesn't go on the table. Now I'm going to take my coffee filter and I'm going to put it on top of my art paper. So here's my paper. I'm laying this right in the middle of that. Now I'm going to take my pencil, and down here at the bottom I'm going to put my name. And then you'll also put your class code. So if you are in the first grade, your class code would be 1P for first grade Pentney. Or if you are in the second grade, it would be 2H for 2 Harmon. Or if you're kindergarten, it would be KI for kindergarten Iden, or KS for kindergarten Stedman. So you put your secret code and you circle it. Now, I have my coffee filter that's all colored. It's right in the middle of the paper. And now, I'm going to use a little bit of water. Now, I have a spray bottle like this that has water in it. If you have a spray bottle, you can use it. Maybe it was an empty bottle that had hairspray or some kind of a cleaning product, but you'd have to make sure your parents clean it really well. Or maybe you just have some spray bottles that you use for things. Or if you don't have a spray bottle, you could just sprinkle some water on the top. So I'm going to use my spray bottle and I'm going to spray some water on my paper. Now watch what happens with my colors on here. Watch what it's doing. The colors are starting to move around and they're blending together. Look at that. And it's kind of like a tie-dye. See how the colors are moving around as it gets wet? So you could have just sprinkled some water on here if you don't have a spray bottle. Or you could just sprinkle it on with your fingers. But I just used my spray bottle to make it easy. But now look what the colors are doing. See how the colors are going into each other? It's kind of like tie-dye. You have to leave the paper on, the coffee filter on the paper, and let it dry, because you don't want to pick it up while it's still wet. It'll be really messy. So put this someplace and let it dry. And when you're finished, you're going to have a beautiful dot painting for our this week of learning about the dot. So please watch the movie. It's the video that reads the story. And after you've watched that, then you're going to create your own beautiful dot. And when you're finished, please take a picture of it and share it with me. You could post it in our Google Classroom so we can all see the beautiful artwork that you've made. Good luck and have a great week. Bye-bye.